Hey guys, and welcome to my stimulus package update and stimulus check update. Wow, I haven't said those words in so long. I want you guys to know that I missed you more than you missed me, and I'm happy I'm back here for you with another video just to give you my perspective on everything that's been going on.
Let's quickly talk about this $200 per month raise. Now again, this is not the first time we've talked about it. We've discussed this a few times in previous videos over essentially the last almost 2 years now. We've been talking about this a little bit here and there. So this is a question that I continue to see popping up down in the comment section probably every single day. I mean, I see this question coming up a lot. What about the 200 Biden promised us? And again, I'm not taking sides with this. I'm simply telling you this is what I see down in the comment section. And realistically, this is what I've been seeing in the headlines lately as well. Not a ton, but I have seen it pop up. All right, so let's quickly talk about this. This is the proposal that was introduced way back in late March of 2020. There was a small handful of Democratic senators, Ron Wyden, Elizabeth Warren, and Chuck Schumer, that came out with this proposal to send out an extra $200 per month for all of these beneficiaries. About 65 to 70 plus million beneficiaries on an ongoing basis for about a year and a half. So at the time, that was looking really, really good. It was very, very encouraging. However, shortly after they came out with this cool introduction, with this awesome proposal that got so many of us very excited, it pretty much dissipated and we didn't hear much about it ever since, right? We haven't heard a whole lot about it. There's been a few headlines here and there over the last couple of years popping up, and recently, yes, I've seen it a few times, but for the most part, there hasn't really been a whole lot mentioned about it. So when it comes to this $200 per month payment or this per month raise, unless it gets reintroduced, I'm thinking this one probably sailed and it's probably not coming back again unless they reintroduce it. However, let me quickly bring in now this $360 raise that I talked about yesterday. I do want to talk about this, and then let me tell you about something that's, I would say, in my opinion, way more promising than the $200 per month raise. So let's get into this a little bit more. A lot of numbers, a lot of different things going on here, but realistically, we need to understand everything that is going on right now because it's changing so incredibly fast. All right, so yesterday I talked about this $360 raise. Let me tell you the breakdown on this, where it's actually coming from, and what all of this actually means. So this $360 raise would actually be something implemented as a result of the Social Security 2100 introduced by Representative John Larson. Now, this is the newly revised Social Security 2100. He was actually just on the floor in the House about 2 months ago or so talking about this. He was there for 1 hour straight talking about the Social Security 2100, and this actual bill already has 200 co-sponsors on it. It's very promising. In fact, the information that I was talking about yesterday in the video, the references that I was talking about actually are very encouraged by this. They're actually saying, hey, this only needs 60 votes in the Senate, and there's a high likelihood that they could easily get 60 votes in the Senate, because it's not really asking for a ton, but rather it would be life-changing for the people receiving these monthly benefits. So they're actually encouraging and saying, let's bring it to the floor. Let's get this thing going here, because it's likely going to get the votes it needs, especially this year during an election year, to get some work done on this. So it is very encouraging to hear all this coming out right now. However, this $360 is actually part of the Social Security 2100, and basically what would happen is it would be implementing a $30 per month raise for all of these beneficiaries pretty much immediately upon the passage of this actual bill. Now again, just like so many things, it has not been passed yet. So I just want to make it very, very clear so that everybody's on the same page here that this has not been passed yet. But it is one of the provisions of the Social Security 2100, along with multiple other provisions in that bill, which would also be really nice as well. Just like we talked about yesterday, adjusting the rate of which the COLA is actually calculated, as well as establishing that special minimum guaranteed benefit. There's a lot of good stuff in there for all of these beneficiaries. One more thing I want to mention about the Social Security 2100. I forgot to mention this yesterday. All of these provisions would actually only be good for 5 years. That's one of the bad things about the Social Security 2100. It comes in, it changes our lives for 5 years, and then it hits the road, and then it disappears. So that is, I would say, one of the bad things about the Social Security 2100 is it's only around for 5 years. Once it were to be passed, it would be just there for 5, and then it just disappears. So I don't love that about it, but either way, at least it would be something for a short term. 5 years is still better than absolutely nothing for, infinity or whatever, however long, right? So anyway, that's what we're standing with that. However, let me talk you through a couple other things that I would say, in my opinion, based on everything going on right now, is way more encouraging than looking at maybe this $200 per month raise, which again, unless it gets reintroduced, that one may have sailed. Otherwise, this $360 raise. What I would say, this is what we should really keep our eyes on, because I think this is way more promising than any of these other things. Again, the Social Security 2100 does sound pretty good, and according to what I've been seeing, it looks like they probably want to bring that to the floor sometime this year, which they probably already wanted to get that done this year. But again, there's a lot of things that are delaying the process right now. But when it comes down to additional payments, raises, things like this, honestly, I think we need to keep our eyes on a nationwide guaranteed basic income program. I know we've talked about this a little bit lately, but honestly, I think that's where we need to focus our attention, because that is where the energy is going right now. These are the new cutting edge programs. It's not really cutting edge, but these are the new programs that are popping up all around the country right now, and these are the ones that are getting the attention. These are the ones that are getting the funding. These are the ones that are being proposed. These are the ones that are actually being enacted to help out the low income and the fixed income. So if we have to put our money on anything, if we want to put our attention on anything, honestly, I think it's all about guaranteed basic income programs at this point. And like I've been saying for a year and a half now, I honestly believe it is only a matter of time until they roll out a universal basic income or a guaranteed basic income program in this country on a nationwide level. And yes, that would swoop in and also collect and make sure that all of the fixed income beneficiaries would actually also be eligible to receive these payments, provided your income, just like we discussed in one of the videos yesterday, would be under the threshold of what they've established as $75,000. So I kind of hope that explains it. But if we had to put our attention on a $200 per month raise coming, or this $360 raise as a result of the Social Security 2100, again, that could be happening, or guaranteed basic income, honestly, I'd be focusing the vast majority of my attention on following guaranteed basic income. We've already seen these programs popping up all over the country. We've seen the proposals on a nationwide program. That bill already has multiple co-sponsors. There's a lot of encouraging stuff when it comes to guaranteed basic income. So I know it seems kind of weird, but realistically, this is the way that everything's going right now. There are multiple of these programs all over the country. They already have the statistics on these programs. They see that these programs are very, very beneficial for the beneficiaries who are receiving the benefits. Honestly, that's where things are going. So again, this is just my perspective based on what I observe during all this research. Maybe it's something else, but maybe I could be totally wrong. But I'm just saying, this is what I'm seeing. This is the trends that I am seeing right now, and just want to let you know about that. So anyway, I hope this clarifies a little bit more clearly for the $200 per month raise, as well as the $600, sorry, not the $600, I said that wrong. I apologize. The $360 raise, as I mentioned yesterday. I hope it breaks it all down and gives you a little bit more perspective into what I'm watching very, very closely, as well as everything else, but where I think the trends are going when it comes to monthly payments, guaranteed income, raises to benefits, things like this. I honestly believe there's going to be something coming out when it comes to some type of guaranteed payment for the low income and fixed income, because that's just what needs to be happening right now. These individuals are having a very, very hard time keeping up with everything going on right now, and they need to look out for all of these individuals. How can they do that? With a guaranteed basic income, no strings attached payment on an ongoing basis. That's how they can get it done. Just like a stimulus check, basically the same thing, but rather it has a different name. It's just a monthly payment, much smaller. It's not $1,000, it's not $1,200, it's not $1,400, but rather a lot of times it's $500. And that's usually the ticket that helps people kind of like break through. And that's usually what they're seeing right now, is the massive results that they're seeing from these programs. Anyway, very encouraging stuff that we're seeing with the results out of these programs.
Alright guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really missed you. Hopefully I'll see you here again very, very soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about here in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos for you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.